Hello, I'm James and welcome back to Realnomics. Today we're heading straight into Virginia, and I have to tell you, this state completely caught me off guard. The combination of affordable prices, beautiful Appalachian scenery, and actual acreage makes Virginia one of the most underrated housing markets in the entire country. We're going from the highest price at $204,900 all the way down to an unbelievable $75,000 property that you absolutely have to see to believe. It's our bonus deal at the very end, so make sure you watch all the way through. If you enjoy finding real opportunities like this from across America, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. All right, let's dive into these 5 dirt-cheap Virginia farmhouses that prove country living is still within reach. We're kicking things off in Vansant, Virginia, and if you've never heard of this place, you're not alone. It's tucked deep in the Appalachian Mountains of Buchanan County, and honestly, it's one of those hidden gems that most people just drive right past without realizing what they're missing. This isn't your typical suburban neighborhood with cookie-cutter houses and HOA fees. We're talking rugged mountain terrain, winding trails perfect for ATV adventures, and actual wildlife roaming through restored grasslands, like real elk. You can literally visit elk viewing areas in Buchanan County and watch these magnificent animals in their natural habitat. If you love the outdoors, hiking, bird watching, or just getting away from the noise of everyday life, this place is absolutely calling your name. Now imagine a stately brick ranch that's been lovingly cared for through the years. It sits on nearly 11 acres of pristine land, and there's something truly special here. A small creek runs right behind the house. Picture waking up in the morning, stepping onto your back patio with a cup of coffee in hand, listening to that gentle water flowing while watching the mist rise off the mountains. That's not a vacation. That's your daily life here. Step inside and you'll immediately notice the natural light. Beautiful windows are positioned throughout, and sunshine just pours into every corner. It creates this warm, inviting atmosphere the moment you walk through the door. We're looking at 2,652 square feet of living space, 3 comfortable bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, plenty of room for a family, or if you're downsizing, extra space for guests or hobbies. The layout is perfect for how people actually live. You've got a spacious living room ideal for gathering everyone together, movie nights, game nights, or just relaxing after a long day. The kitchen and den are open concept, so you're not stuck cooking dinner isolated from everyone else. People can flow between spaces naturally. You're chopping vegetables, your friends are hanging out in the den, conversation is flowing. That's the kind of setup that works in real life. There's also a dedicated dining room. Perfect for Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas morning, birthday celebrations, those special occasions where you want everyone gathered around an actual table. The master suite features a large walk-in closet, and I mean large, all the storage space you could possibly need. No more cramming your clothes into tiny reach-in closets. Then there's a fantastic bonus room that's super flexible. It could be a home office, a craft room where you spread out your projects, a playroom for the kids, or even a guest room for when family visits. Whatever your lifestyle requires, this space adapts. The practical stuff: heat pump system for year-round comfort, and all your essential appliances are included. Oven, cooktop, dishwasher, microwave, range hood, refrigerator, everything you need to move in and start living. There's also a cozy fireplace with a brick surround and gas logs. On those chilly Appalachian evenings, just flip a switch for instant warmth. No chopping wood, no cleaning out ash. This is where the property really shines for outdoor lovers. This home is just minutes from Southern Gap with direct access to extensive ATV trails right from your doorstep. The detached 2-car garage gives you plenty of storage for 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, hunting gear, or whatever recreational equipment you've accumulated. The property is surrounded by mature trees, giving you plenty of room to explore your own land. Add some chickens, plant a garden, build a fire pit, or simply enjoy having space that's truly yours. And that creek I mentioned? It adds genuine character and value that you can't put a price on. There's something about having water on your land that just feels right. There's an interesting backstory here. The previous contract fell through due to financing issues. You're getting a legitimate second chance at something someone else was ready to commit to. Now here's what makes this an incredible deal. This beautiful brick ranch on almost 11 acres, with creek frontage, mountain views, and adventure at your doorstep, is listed for just $204,900. It was originally priced at $224,900, so you're saving $20,000 before you even negotiate. In other parts of the country, this same setup would cost 3 or 4 times as much. But we're just getting started. The next farmhouse takes us to a completely different part of Virginia, and the value there is going to seriously surprise you. Next up, we're heading to Rural Retreat in Wythe County, Virginia. And yes, that's actually the name of the town. Rural Retreat. I mean, it doesn't get more straightforward than that, right? This area sits in the southwestern region of Virginia, surrounded by mountains and scenic countryside, as far as you can see. This isn't a place where you're going to find a massive job market or bustling city life. But here's what you do get: complete privacy. A setting where you can actually hear yourself think. You're only 7 minutes from the town of Rural Retreat itself, where you'll find your grocery store, schools, and all the important everyday essentials. And if you need something bigger, Wytheville is just 18 miles away. So you've got that perfect balance of seclusion without being totally isolated. This property sits on 5 acres of mostly wooded land in a completely private setting. We're talking about a place where your nearest neighbor isn't watching what time you come and go. You're surrounded by nature, wildlife, and just pure tranquility. The home itself is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath manufactured home with 1,896 square feet of living space. Now, before you write off manufactured homes, hear me out. This one was built in 2005, so it's relatively modern, and it's been well maintained. Plus, there's a large den addition that really expands the usable space. Walk inside and you'll find an open floor plan that makes everything feel bigger than the square footage suggests. The kitchen comes with newer appliances that convey the property, so you're not buying everything from scratch. Throughout most of the home, you've got laminate flooring, with carpet in the bedrooms for that cozy feel underfoot. One thing I really like about this place is the private den or rec area with a gas log fireplace. This is your retreat within the retreat. Whether you want a home theater setup, a reading nook, a game room, or just a quiet space to unwind after work, this area gives you that separation from the main living areas. The heating and cooling system is solid, a central heat pump for both warming and cooling, so you're covered year-round in these Virginia mountains. Now let's talk about the outdoor features, because this is where things really start to shine for anyone wanting a hobby farm or weekend getaway lifestyle. You've got a covered 16 by 16 deck right off the house, ideal for morning coffee, evening wind-down sessions, or weekend barbecues. The backyard is already fenced, ideal for dogs or livestock. You're even allowed to raise horses here, so if you've ever dreamed of having horses on your own land, this is set up for exactly that. There are 3 outbuildings plus a shed on the property. That's storage for tools, equipment, a workshop space, or whatever projects you're into. And here's something you don't see every day. There's an outdoor wood stove already in place. For anyone who likes to heat with wood or just wants that backup option during winter, it's already done. The mostly wooded terrain means you could absolutely garden here. Clear a section for raised beds or a full vegetable garden. The rest gives you trails to explore, spots to observe wildlife, and that sense of owning your own little piece of the Virginia mountains. This property works for different situations. It's great as a full-time residence where you can slow down and enjoy a simpler pace, or use it as a weekend escape to recharge in nature. It could even be a rental investment given how popular mountain getaways have become. And here's the number that ties it all together. This 3-bedroom, 2-bath home on private wooded acreage with all those outbuildings, the fenced yard, the deck, and room for animals is listed at just $179,500. You're getting land, privacy, and a turnkey setup for less than a basic apartment in most major cities. The next property drops the price even further, and what you get for your money is going to make you seriously consider moving to Virginia. All right, now we're heading to Glade Spring in Washington County, Virginia. This is a small town with a population of around 1,368 people, so we're talking truly small town vibes here. But before you think you're headed to the middle of nowhere, let me give you some perspective on the location. Glade Spring sits right off Interstate 81, which means access to larger amenities is actually pretty convenient. The nearest city-level hub is Abingdon, Virginia, just 20 miles south. That's where you'll find your urban-style shopping, services, dining, and everything else you might need on a regular basis. So you get the country living experience without feeling completely cut off from civilization. This property is fairly close to the North Carolina state line. You're only about an hour from Boone, North Carolina, which is a popular mountain city with plenty of amenities, restaurants, and entertainment. So the area feels way less isolated than you might expect for such a rural setting. Being a small town means you're not going to find major corporate hubs or big employer offices on every corner. You'll need a vehicle to get around. Public transit isn't a thing here. But for those seeking a lifestyle change and a quieter pace, this area offers exactly what buyers and hobby farmers are searching for: genuine peace and room to pursue their dreams. Now, this property is something special. We're looking at 11 acres here, and it's not just empty land. You've got a pond, a small creek running through the property, and a beautiful mix of woods and open cleared land. That combination gives you so many options. You could fish in your own pond, clear more land for gardening or pasture, or just enjoy hiking through your own private woods. The home is a manufactured home built to provide approximately 1,604 square feet of living space. 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms. It's a comfortable size without being overwhelming to maintain. Step inside and you'll find a large kitchen with plenty of cabinet and countertop space. This isn't one of those cramped kitchens where you're constantly running out of room, whether you're cooking for family, prepping meals for the week, or baking holiday treats. You've got the workspace to make it happen. The living area features wood flooring and a wood-burning stove for those cozy winter nights. There's something about a wood stove that just creates an atmosphere you can't replicate with regular heating. But speaking of heating, they've got you covered with multiple options. There's a new electric furnace that was installed in 2021, plus a gas heater for supplemental warmth. So you've got multiple ways to stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets. Outside, there's a covered front porch where you can take in views of your own acreage. Watch the sun come up over your pond in the morning, or listen to the creek flowing in the evening. It's all right there. The property has some really practical updates too. Public water access, so you're not dealing with well maintenance. Road frontage for easy access. And a metal roof that's less than 10 years old, which means that's one major expense you won't have to worry about for a long time. This is one of those properties that fits multiple lifestyles. Maybe you're interested in starting a small hobby farm with that pond and cleared land. Or maybe you just want a peaceful country getaway where you can escape on weekends and holidays. Financing is available on this property, which makes it even more accessible. That opens the door for buyers who want to start building equity and living the country life without needing a huge pile of cash up front. So what's the price for all of this? This 3-bedroom, 2-bath home on 11 acres with a pond, creek, diverse terrain, and all those features is listed at just $159,000. In most major cities, that won't even get you a studio apartment. Here, it gets you the entire property with water features, woods, cleared land, and a move-in ready home. We've still got 2 more properties that show just how far your dollar can stretch in Virginia. The next one is an absolute steal. Now we're heading to Cedar Bluff in Tazewell County, Virginia. This town sits deep in the Appalachian Mountain region of southwest Virginia, and it's known for its historic mining heritage and rural mountain lifestyle. Scenic landscapes, quiet living away from big cities, that's what defines this area. The town even has a motto about its rich historical heritage, which tells you this is a place with deep roots and authentic character. One thing I want to mention up front is that you're only 5 minutes away from Richlands. That's important because Richlands has schools and the Clinch Valley Medical Center. So while you're living in a peaceful rural setting, you're not far from essential services like healthcare and education. That proximity matters, especially for families or anyone who wants the reassurance of having medical facilities nearby. This property features a 1975 single-wide home with an addition sitting on 4 acres just outside the town of Richlands. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, 1975, that's almost 50 years old. But stay with me because this home has been updated and expanded over the years, and what you're getting for the price is actually remarkable. The home provides 1,344 square feet of living space, with 2 permitted bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, plus an office. That office space is clutch if you need a dedicated work-from-home area, or it could easily convert into a 3rd bedroom for extra sleeping space. There's a living room, a comfortable den, and a laundry mudroom. Having a dedicated laundry area instead of appliances crammed into a closet makes life so much easier. One feature I really like is the attic storage with a pull-down ladder. That's valuable storage space for seasonal items, holiday decorations, or anything you don't need daily access to. It keeps your living areas clutter-free without requiring a separate storage unit. The home has a heat pump system for both heating and cooling, keeping you comfortable through mountain winters and summers. There's a covered front porch where you can enjoy your mornings, and a rear deck that's partially covered. That partial coverage is actually perfect. You get shade when you want it and sun when you need it. Now let's talk about what makes this property stand out beyond just the home itself. The land spans both sides of Country Farms Road, which gives you nearly double the usable space and options. Part of the lawn is fenced, which is great if you have dogs or want to keep a small garden protected from deer and other wildlife. There's a metal double carport providing covered parking for 2 vehicles. In mountain areas where you get snow and ice, having covered parking is a game changer. No more scraping windshields on freezing mornings or brushing snow off your car. Plus, there are 2 storage buildings on the property, space for tools, lawn equipment, outdoor gear, or workshop projects. Multiple outbuildings mean you can organize different activities separately. The property is on a well and private septic system. Some people see that as a drawback, but it actually means no monthly water bills and independence from municipal systems. The septic layout is documented and available in the uploaded documents, so you know exactly what you're working with. With 4 acres, you've got room to spread out. Plant a big garden, set up a workshop, create outdoor projects, or just enjoy having land that's yours. The Appalachian Mountain setting means you're surrounded by natural beauty, with views that change with every season. This property works well for different situations. It's perfect for downsizers who still want land and privacy. First-time buyers can own property without breaking the bank, and it makes an excellent, affordable second home in the mountains for weekend escapes. The location gives you that balance of seclusion and accessibility. You're in a quiet, rural area with genuine mountain living, but you're only 5 minutes from town amenities. That's the sweet spot many people are searching for. So what's the price on this 2-bedroom, 2-bath home with office space sitting on 4 acres with multiple outbuildings, covered parking, and fenced lawn? Just $125,000. Think about what $125,000 gets you in most places, practically nothing. Here, you're getting an entire property with land, privacy, and mountain views. All right. We've got one more property to show you, and this last one is going to absolutely blow your mind. We're talking dirt cheap pricing that seems almost impossible in today's market. You're not going to want to miss this final deal. All right, we've saved the best deal for last. We're heading to St. Paul, a small town located in both Wise County and Russell County in Virginia. This is true Appalachian territory, and we're talking about a property that's going to make you do a double take when you see the price. First, let's talk about location. The property is about 4 miles from the town of St. Paul, where you'll find grocery stores, schools, and your everyday essentials. So you're tucked away but not stranded. For bigger needs like hospitals and entertainment, Bristol is 44 miles away. That's a bit of a drive, but when you see what you're getting here and for how much, that distance becomes a lot more manageable. This home sits on 5.5 acres of wooded mountain land on a private road in a quiet, serene area. When I say private, I mean truly private. You'll hear nothing but nature out here. No traffic noise, no neighbors blasting music, just birds, wind through the trees, and complete tranquility. The property was built in 1986, so it's not brand new, but it's been maintained and it's move-in ready. We're looking at 1,120 square feet with 3 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms. Solid space for a family, a couple looking to downsize, or anyone who wants an affordable retreat. Outside, you'll find a covered front porch with beautiful views. At sunrise, you'll watch layers of ridges fade into the distance while the fog lifts from the valleys below. These are the mornings that make mountain living worth every mile of distance from the city. The yard is a nice size and level, which is actually pretty valuable in terrain where everything tends to slope. Level yard means easier maintenance, easier to use, and safer for kids or pets to play. There's a storage shed for all your tools and equipment, plus a carport to keep your vehicle protected from the elements. Inside, you've got a spacious living room that opens into the kitchen. The open concept layout makes the home feel bigger and more inviting. The bedroom arrangement gives you flexibility: master suite, guest room, and an office or craft room. Or if you've got kids, everyone gets their own space. Having 2 full bathrooms means no morning traffic jams when everyone's trying to get ready. And there's a designated laundry area conveniently located across from the main bath. Having dedicated laundry space instead of units stacked in a closet makes doing laundry so much less of a hassle. The home has a heat pump system for heating, plus electric backup. Metal roof means low maintenance and longevity. You won't be replacing that anytime soon. And here's a nice bonus: the fridge, washer, and dryer are all included. We're talking easily about a few $1,000s in appliances you don't have to buy. Now let's talk about what makes this location special for outdoor lovers. The property is full of trails for hiking and ATVs, with wooded terrain to explore right from your back door. The area is rich in wildlife, making it excellent for hunting. And the Clinch River runs through town, offering great fishing and kayaking opportunities. You could literally walk out your door and disappear into the woods for hours. The private road adds another layer of seclusion and quiet. No through traffic, just residents and their guests. This calm, remote atmosphere is exactly what people are searching for when they want to escape the stress of modern life. Now, I need to mention the home is being sold as is with no land contracts. It's currently occupied and available by appointment only, so you'll need to call ahead to schedule a showing. But trust me, it's worth reaching out. So what's the price on this move-in ready home with wooded land, trails, wildlife, mountain views, and a covered porch? Just $75,000. And it was originally listed at $79,000, so you're already getting a $4,000 discount. To put this in context, that's less than what many people spend on a single year of rent. You're getting a complete lifestyle with land, privacy, trails, and views that you actually own. If you're looking for a place with land, privacy, and natural beauty, you just found it. This is the opportunity that doesn't come around often, especially in today's market where everything seems overpriced. And that wraps up our tour of 5 dirt cheap farmhouses in Virginia. From the brick ranch in Vansant with its creek and adventure access, to the hobby farm setup in rural retreat, the diverse acreage in Glade Spring with its pond, the property in Cedar Bluff with its outbuildings, and finally this incredible $75,000 retreat in St. Paul, Virginia is proving to be one of the most underrated and affordable states for anyone dreaming of country living. If you want to learn more about any of these properties, all the links are in the description below. Go check them out before they're gone. And I'd love to hear from you. Which one was your favorite? Drop a comment and let me know. Making these videos takes serious time and research, so if you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.